Sometimes I'm crazy and I'm misunderstood. You see, I love Jesus, I'm just a little bit hood. But I don't let them judge me, sure can't make me cry. When they ask me what's wrong, this is my reply. You know I'm saved with no filter. Listen, I am saved with no filter. Come on now, let's start the show. Let's start the show with Jess and Britt.
So today's topic is, I ain't married,
but I want to have sex.
This is your girl, Jessica Rochelle.
And I'm Brittany Ari.
And we're back with another video.
Save with no filter, y'all.
Save with no filter. So, okay. Most of us did not wait till we got married to have sex. We gave in to the flesh, right?
Most people, that is the case.
I mean, for me, yeah.
I actually did wait, but I wish that I would have more pride about being, you know what I'm saying? I was embarrassed. I kept it a secret. Mm-hmm. because everybody that I knew
did it.
Was having sex. Everybody. In church, out of church. Everybody around me was having sex. And I was the only one at that time that was not. So for me, that was embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And so instead of saying, hey, pushing that and maybe being, the examples for people my age that may say, hey, okay, maybe I'll just be celibate or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I'll be abstinent until I get married. Instead of doing that, I kept it a secret, and I was telling people, yeah, girl, I ain't no virgin. What? I ain't no virgin. What? Girl, yeah. I done it. It hadn't done a thing. Because I was so embarrassed. But now I wish that I could have taken that opportunity and to really
educate.
Yeah. Even though, I was a child, but I wish I could have instilled that into other people and made it a little bit more popular.
Yeah. I would say for me, I did not wait till I got married to have sex. When we go back and speak to our younger selves, I think what I would tell young Jessica is just really respect your body and your temple and know how precious it is. I think that's one thing that you don't have to be young to get this and to understand it and to, okay, let me look at myself a little differently, because then we start speaking on how God looks at us. Mm-hmm. So once we realize how precious our temples are, we won't be such in a rush to just share it with anybody.
Right.
Spiritual ties through sex. Some people think sex is just sex, but it's not.
Right.
You can and carry on the spirit of another person that you lay down with. Mm-hmm. It's really why God chose it for just a husband and wife. Once we really start to dig into it now, sitting here, when I go back, I wish I would have known more. I wish I would have had someone to educate me on this. I wish someone could have really broke this down to me and just said, look, your body is special. When you share your body, you want it to be with somebody that you love.
Right. And
ultimately you want it to be with your husband.
Right.
This subject is kind of, it's an eye-opener in a way, because now as a mom, I know what I can pass on and teach my kids.
And sex has been so normalized. Like, you see it everywhere.
Yes.
It seems normal to have sex before marriage. And the people that choose to wait are looked at as weird or strange. Mm-hmm. But actually, that's the right way and the right way. And I'm talking about, again, we're talking about Christian people that are trying to live right. If you're trying to live right, saving yourself till marriage is the thing to do.
Yeah.
I say you want to be someone's blessing and not someone's body count. Okay?
Yes.
Because to some people, even females,
that's it. Yeah.
That's all you are to them. is a body count.
That's right.
You are someone to add to the number that they've been with. It's not special to them. They're not going to call you after. They're not going to have no relationship with you. You're simply just a body count to them, a quick fix to them. And you don't want to be that to anybody. You want to be a blessing to somebody. You want somebody that you can be with that's going to appreciate you, love you, and not just mess you over, because with sex comes a lot of emotional, it can be an emotional traumatic experience, or it can be a very loving, very memorable experience, and you want to make sure that you have that memory, that lovable experience. And I think with teenagers, they really mess themselves up because they miss that opportunity to get that lovable, this is who I'm going to be with forever experience, trying to be popular. Because they think that makes them popular to have sex, or, oh, I slept with the star of the football team, star of the basketball team, when really he just sees you
as a body count.
You just add into his number. That's it. So you got to really keep that in mind when you are choosing to have sex, because like I said, it's an emotional tie, what my pastor calls it, a soul tie.
That's it.
And you can have no intention on being with this person, but because you had sex with them, you're automatically in some form connected to this person. You're connected now because you gave your body,
and not just to them, but to the people that they've slept with.
Right. And we heard that before. Like,
it's real.
You sleep with everybody that your partner have slept with.
It's real.
Right.
And a lot of, and then it, let me go back, like, let me really break it down. This is the reason why a lot of y'all are in situationships.
Right.
Because you decide to lay down with this person and have sex with this person. Oh, they don't love you. There's really no real love. They hurt you any type of way that they can. But you cannot let go because of that soul tie. And you have to break that soul tie in order to break it with them. A lot of people think that, oh, it's just sex. It is a spiritual connection to it. And
it was made for married couples.
It was made for married couples. And Bishop T.D. Jakes and also Kurt Franklin touched on this, 2 separate videos. But one reason why we're not supposed to have sex before marriage is because once you go get with your husband or your wife for the first time, there shouldn't be no comparison to your husband and your wife.
Right.
Now you're dragging memories of other people. No, you're not out there sleeping with them again, but that memory never goes away.
Right.
So now you're comparing what they do to your husband, to your wife, and what they did to your husband and to your wife. Well, they didn't do it like that. They did it like this.
Right.
And so
and that
it becomes a that becomes in your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that like this, and so that becomes a problem because now you're comparing your wife, you're comparing your husband to the 50, 11 other people you done slept with beforehand. So it's really and even if the best thing about it is we all make mistakes.
Right.
We're human. God still loves us. He still forgives us. He show us grace.
Right.
But if you're not married right now, you can always start today and say, you know what? I'm done giving my body away and just allowing anybody to come and violate my temple.
Right.
Because ultimately, if the Spirit lives in you, God lives in you, you're not just violating your temple, but you're also violating God.
Right.
So it's really important to grasp it. We have to grasp it.
Right.
We have to understand it so that whenever we talking to our children and we're still talking to the younger generation, we can explain it. I admit, growing up, I didn't have that. I'm not saying my parents are bad people because they're not. My parents did the best that they could. But when you know better, you do better.
Right.
So now I know. Now I know better. I know now. Okay, my body is a temple. My body is precious. It's not for anybody and everybody.
Right.
It's okay to be a virgin.
Right.
It's okay to be celibate.
Right.
To keep what's precious to you precious. What's precious to God precious. So that whenever you find your husband and your wife, then you know what, that bond, what you about to share, like it's really going to be special. It's really going to be special. I had just learned that whenever you lose your virginity, and the first blood, the break is supposed to be marked as a covenant. That in the older days, after the husband and the wife actually slept together, they would come out of their bedroom, their marital room, with the bloodstained sheets to show And that it like the covenant had became, it's a blood covenant. Like now when I look back on things like that, it's just like, dang.
Right.
I messed that up.
Right. And what it is, what's crazy, and it's not crazy, but when you have, the temptation is not going to go away.
It ain't.
Especially if you've had sex.
It's not going to go away.
That temptation is not, you wake up one day and you say, you know what, as of right now, I'm celibate. You're going to have the temptation. You're going to have the desire because you expose it. I think even, I had a desire even as a virgin. So I know sexually active people we're gonna have that same desire.
Because once you get it, you want it again. It's like an addiction.
It's supposed to be meant for pleasure.
Yeah.
And so you're going to desire that pleasure, especially when you start. But the thing that you need to do to help with things like that, when it comes in your mind, because it will, when you start feeling like, okay, I'm about to call Joe, because Joe knows how to do it. Before you do that, you need to pray.
Pray about it.
You need to talk to God.
Don't go off your emotions, because your emotions will get you every time. That flesh, look, the flesh is weak.
Right. Get you some friends that want the same things you want. Get some friends that are equally yoked with you.
Yes.
So when you are having a down moment, when you're feeling like, oh, baby, it's about that time. Call one of your homegirls. Call one of your homeboys and say, look, I need you to pray for me right now. I'm having a moment.
I'm having a weakness.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that being celibate and abstaining, especially after you might have been
after you've already
sexually active,
it's
not easy. It's not easy. But that's when the Holy Ghost get closer to God, and when that starts to take over, that desire will decrease. I'm here to tell you, as a person who have done it, that desire will decrease, because I was divorced, and so I was a virgin with my husband for all of that. Once we divorced, then I still have that desire. So what I did was I tried to focus more on, first of all, my daughter. Now I got a child, and so now I'm focusing more on God and just, Lord, take this for me. And was I perfect throughout that whole time? No, I was not perfect. I had some hiccups and some slip ups and everything else. But when I finally made up my mind, this is what I'm going to do, I did it, and I did it for years until I met the man that God had for me. And we did it together, even in our relationship, because that's even harder when you're already in a relationship and you have a good person in your life. You got a good woman, you got a good man, and y'all are dating or courting or, dating with purpose, dating with intention, whatever you want to call it. That's even harder to try to maintain a relationship with a person without the sexual aspect of it. Is super hard, especially when they're attractive, they're treating you with respect, they're loving on you like they're supposed to. It's hard, but that's when you have to really, like I say, you have to pray, and you have to have someone that wants the same thing as you. It's going to be hard to be in a relationship with somebody that wants to have sex when you're trying to be celibate. And it's
Let me tell you,
and it's hard to find. It really is hard to find, but you got to find somebody that can even if they weren't celibate when they got with you, if they can respect you and respect your wishes and walk with you during that time and respect that, okay, this is what she wants, this is what he wants, then you might have something. But
I'm gonna tell y'all, that right there, what she just said, before me and my husband got married, and I was really like trying to get it right, praying more, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to have sex no more. I want to be celibate until we get married. Honey, that did not sit right with that man. You hear me? That won't happen. That was like during that time.
This ain't me. I just want you to know.
That one, he was not having it. Like, you want to do what? You want to make that decision without me?
Just go
it's hard to
when you've already connected.
And you're in a relationship. It's hard to say, you know what? I'm gonna do this because I'm trying to get closer with the Lord.
Especially if y'all have already been.
We done had kids.
Right.
So I mean, once you start, it's hard. So if you're single, make sure that before you get in a relationship with somebody, that's something that y'all discuss beforehand, and it's definitely something you want to discuss beforehand if you're in a relationship and you're not married yet. Because it could cause problems.
Right. That was one thing I discussed off gate with my husband. Even with my past marriage, I just told them off gate, I'm not doing anything, and I've been very stern about it, especially when I got to be an adult and I understood that what I had was so priceless. And why was I so ashamed of this all this time? Like, now I'm going to say, yeah. And so if anybody wanted to be a part of my life in that way, I was letting them know, I'm waiting until I get married. So if you want to be with me, you're going to have to wait. And that's just point blank and a period.
Please understand, parents, especially when you got kids coming up, be that voice for them. Don't be the parent where they hate to go to talk to about anything.
Right.
Sit down and tell them how precious their body is. Not just little girls, the little boys too. Let them know before they start making these decisions to go out and have sex. Because like I said, I didn't have that growing up. If I would have had someone to really sit down and explain to me how precious this is, girl, your body, I definitely would have been a virgin until I got married. Like, I would have took that thing all the way to heart. Nobody ever told me that. And I grew up with mom, dad, aunts, uncles. Nobody ever sat down and pulled me to the side and really broke that thing down. And even, not even that, nobody really talked to me about sex. So, you know, it was really like, okay. Yeah. Like the first, I'm like, okay, I mean, I won't out here just giving it to everybody. But I made decisions that I wish I could have taken back. Right? I wouldn't have done it had I known. You know, of course, you think you in love.
Right.
Oh, I love him. He loved me. Yeah, no.
Right.
Baby, soul ties are real.
Right.
So, you know, I've definitely experienced soul ties. Had to cut them loose. Thank you, Lord. But, you know, there's things that, you know, I don't regret my experience in life because, man, it has really shaped me. But we must do better when we know better. Right. We must do better. We must make better decisions.
Right.
And in anything, if we're not clear, we don't know, pray. Prayer gonna get you through some things.
Right.
Stop being such in your emotions, because your body the flesh will lie to you.
Right.
Tell you that you need this. Oh, you need your booty rub. No, you don't.
No,
you don't. Go pray.
Not booty rub.
You don't need your booty rub. Go pray. Y'all be posting on Facebook, I need this and I need. You need.
I see the eggplant. Lord. I see that eggplant on Facebook.
You need to go pray.
I seen the eggplant. You better eat you some eggplant parmesan and sit your behind down somewhere.
Call me and we pray together. You better go pray.
And two things I definitely want to hit on for sure is sex can cause some unnecessary, unplanned situations to happen in your life. First off, unwed mothers, fathers, you do not. Let me tell you, if you think having a child, and a lot of our followers already know they have children, most of them. But if you are younger and you're watching this video, if you do not have a child, please don't think that is an easy situation.
It ain't.
Especially when you're not married.
It ain't.
It is not easy. And it's not, you're not supposed to be having children by yourself. That's not how it was supposed to happen. It's supposed to be a man and a woman having a child as a family and growing together. You're never supposed to be raising a child alone. And Exactly. It is, taken from me, it is super duper hard. So that's another thing that you want to put into consideration when you're out here having sex.
And I've also, you know, I met my husband when my oldest son was 2, but I was a single mother. My parents helped me. My parents acted as the father, that other, you know, financially, you know, in every way. For that time, I did that. I definitely understand what it's like to be a single mother and be holding it down on your own. And it's not meant for that. But you cannot, you can't go based on, how I feel. I think this person's going to make a great mom or dad. You don't know that. And that's why a lot of y'all end up in child support court.
Right.
It's not pretty. So, like, and I'm definitely not sitting here trying to be a hypocrite, because like I said, I've been down the road.
Experience can help you to give that
experience
advice.
Is the best teacher.
I've lived it. I've lived as a single mom. I was a single mom. My daughter is 8. I was a single mom until my daughter was about 4 or 5. Until my help from the other parent at all. No desire to help. So it was just me. And so I know what it's like. Even I was married to this person. So just imagine having a bad relationship with somebody that you weren't married to,
or it's somebody that you just slept with,
just a random.
Yeah,
you don't even know anything about it. How that's a terrible, horrible feeling, and it's not just bad for you, but it's bad for your children. They come up feeling some kind of way when that element of life is missing. So I thank God that I was put back into a situation where my daughter is not lacking in that area. She has a great dad who loves her. She loves him. But for a long time, it was just me and her, and it was not easy. So that's one thing you definitely want to keep in mind when you think about having sex. It's more than just laying there and getting it. 5 or 6 minutes and then it's over.
That's it. It's going to be it.
Right. It's more than that. So really think about that. And then number 2, what I wanted to say was, no matter how you feel about sex, as a Christian, sex before marriage is fornication. Sex before marriage is a sin. And there's a scripture that we found.
1 Corinthians 6, 18
1 Corinthians 6, 18 and 20. If you go, and I'm going to post it here, but if you read that, it lets you know that it's fornication. It's a sin.
And it's
sex
a violation.
Before marriage is a sin. So it is, it goes against everything God stands for. He did not mean for us to be out here having sex.
Just giving it to anybody.
No, it is a sin.
And in this day and age, sex sales, they sell, putting it everywhere.
Right.
But we must be mindful that we are not of this world.
No.
So we cannot give in to things of this world.
Right.
Because if you give in to the things of these world, it's going to land you in hell.
Right.
So we must be smarter than that.
Right.
Yes, okay, we made mistakes in the past, baby, but you're not going to hold me to what I did.
Right.
Because that's not who I am anymore.
Right.
But from whenever you know better,
New creature.
then you do better.
We say that every episode.
New
creature.
He makes all things new.
Right.
So, if God is not holding me accountable for what I did, then you ain't about to either.
Right.
So we got to be better at teaching each other and helping each other and holding each other accountable.
Right.
If you're my brother and my sister, I'm not going to sit and watch you sin and say, okay, you can do it. I'm not going to clap for you, because that's not what I'm here for. We don't convict. The Spirit convicts. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're convicted, that's because the Spirit is convicting you.
Right.
I'm not doing it. If you don't like what I'm saying, then honey, you don't like the word, because it's in the word.
It is.
That's all I'm saying.
It's Bible all day.
You don't want to hear it. Everybody is so uncomfortable these days. Oh, don't say nothing that's going to make me feel some type of way. It's in the word. Right. It ain't me. This is what the Lord says.
I say it all the time. Blame God, not me.
Because He said it.
All right, it's not my fault. It's in there.
It's in the word.
If you need proof, it's in there. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, a lot of people, gloss over sex because so many people are doing it. There's leaders doing it, pastors doing it before marriage. There's so many people that are involved themselves in sexual
trying to make
activity.
It okay.
They
and
gloss
it's not
over
okay.
it. They gloss over it.
It's not okay.
But it's not. It's not okay. Now, will God forgive you and let you? Yeah. Are you a child of God just because you slip up and have sex? Yeah, it does not take away who you are to God, but it does damage the life that you may live here on earth. Exactly. It can taint some of the things that you and cause.
Understand this. He's going to hold you accountable for the things that you know.
Right.
So, I didn't know. He's going to hold when you know better, you do better.
Right.
He will hold you accountable for the things that you know, yet you still go out and do it. Right. Now, if you know it's wrong and you still doing it, he's going to hold you accountable of that.
Right.
See, people fail to realize that it is in the word.
Right.
And not only that, but you think about, man, how special it would be to be intimate with the person that God created just for you.
And you can say, this is the only man I've been with.
He's the only
man that has ever had
This is the only woman
and believe it or
that
not,
I've shared myself
women,
with.
believe it or not, men like to be able to say, my wife ain't been with nobody but me. Mm-hmm. I'm the only person my wife been with. They actually like that. They might try to tell you all these things while they trying to, before you guys are married, oh, well, I can make you do this. But the man that God has for you, he's going to appreciate the fact that you chose to wait for him. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, it's something special about a virgin for her husband. Even a man, it's something. It's taken lightly with men because men feel like you're not macho if you choose to wait.
Please don't let your friends.
But trust me, I would love. Right, I would love to have.
If we could go back and do it all over again,
we were each other first.
I would love to say, Yeah.
I wasn't able to say that, but I'm just saying.
I wasn't able to say that.
It would be nice to say we were each other's first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were each other's first.
So I'm definitely coming from a place that, man, I wish we could have said that. I wish that, you know, we had that moment that it was just for us. And we have recreated many moments that can't nobody else say that they came and did or anything like that. But when you live holiness, and you know, and you living by the word, it's a beautiful thing. I wasn't always living by the word, but I am now, and it's a beautiful thing. And it makes me go like, dang.
And I trust to live by the word. I ain't gonna say I follow it page
word
for page,
by word,
but I trust my heart desire is to be totally for God.
I'm not lukewarm.
But what I won't do and what I don't want to do ever is take advantage of the grace and mercy that he gives me or that he gave me when I don't
want to do it just because I know God is going to forgive me.
Right.
I want to do it because I know that it's right to do.
Right. And if you're doing it because you know God is going to forgive you, you already not taking God serious. Yeah. You're already playing with him. You know what I'm saying?
And I say that all the time. Stop playing with God. Y'all out here, stop playing with God. It's not okay. And y'all must don't read the Bible.
And what I don't want to do is,
y'all don't read.
Right. I think people think, well, baby, use protection. No, we're giving it to you with no filter. If you want to be closer to God, if you want to get to a point where you need to be, if you want to live righteous, you're going to have to stop having sex.
You're going to have to deny yourself.
You're going to have to do it.
You're going to have to deny yourself.
Jesus sacrificed his whole life for us.
For us.
So you can't sacrifice
at some point in your walk, when you're serious about your walk, about your relationship, you are going to have to deny yourself.
And I think some people's issue is, well, I don't know when I'm getting married. That could be 10, 20, 25 years from now. You don't know what God has for you.
Exactly.
You don't know what you could be messing up because you out here being with somebody that does not belong to you.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of blessings you're hindering because you choose to have sex.
A lot of y'all ain't getting what God has for you because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
See, as soon as you start doing what you're supposed to do, then you're going to get what God has for you. But he can't bless some of y'all because y'all stealing y'all mess and you ain't trying to get out of it.
We coming to you with no filter, okay? And what I'm trying to tell you is,
you want
sex is not everything. It really is.
And
not.
God ain't gonna give it to you because you failed to deny yourself, because you still in your mess and you know you in your mess and you rather sit over there and stink than give it over to the Lord and let him work it out and go on and give yourself, Lord, have your way, and go ahead. You don't want to do that, so you're still in your mess and you wonder why you're still in your mess. He can't bless mess, baby. You gotta get out of it.
You're gonna have to let it go. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to make that decision. And some people aren't married because they're involved in relationships. They've been in relationships forever. And
with
why
the wrong person.
The man don't feel the need to marry you? He getting everything he needs from you now.
With the wrong person.
Why does he have to put a ring on your finger when he getting sex? Y'all might live together. Y'all might you cooking kids for him already. You already got children. Why would he need to marry you?
Why buy the cow?
He has
get the milk for free.
He has everything he needs right now. There's no need for him to lock you down.
And some of y'all ain't met your husband, your wife yet, because you got that soul tie on you.
Right.
So you stuck with somebody that you won't even supposed to be with.
Baggage. Can't even let them go, and they're not even your husband. They don't, or your wife. They don't belong to you. But it's because you have sex, and I'm telling you. You change. Deeper. You change. You almost become that person. That's why when people say that we became one when we got married, it's almost that sexual. That's a part of that.
You find yourself going crazy,
right?
And
you become that person,
spazzing out over this person,
right?
That you're not even made to be with,
right? You become this person, and this person is not even your spouse. This person does not even belong to you.
I have acted like a plum fool.
Be slashing people's tires and putting sugar in people's thing over somebody that does not belong to you.
Over somebody that won't mind in the beginning.
I can totally relate to that. I've never slashed tires. I've never done that, but I ain't
slashed no tires. But I acted a plum fool.
Right, I married someone who God told me specifically was not my husband.
Wow.
Well, and this was before I married him. This is why I feel like some of the things that me and my daughter did go through. It was because of the baggage that I left. It's because of the soul tie that I connected myself to that was not for me. So we went through sickness. We went through being broke. We went through sleeping on an air mattress when I could have probably been good, you know what I'm saying?
Faster.
Right. I could have probably been to my blessings a lot sooner had I not been disobedient.
That's right.
And no, even though I didn't have sex before marriage, I still was having sex with someone that was not my husband.
Yeah.
We was legally married, but he was not who God had for me.
Yep.
So you have to really, really be careful about who you give your body to,
yes.
who you connect
with.
Y'all. It's serious. It's more serious than you think. It's more serious. That stuff can mess with your mind. Having sex with somebody that does not belong to you, or even if he does, it could be your husband, it could be your wife. But it's a lot of damage that you can cause even in that relationship together by doing things too early, by being together
if it's not,
soon.
the timing is not right.
Right. If you're not doing it the way God wants you to do it, it's a lot of hurdles that you're going to have to cross because of making certain decisions when you weren't supposed to make them.
Trust me, your way, doing it your way, it's going to take longer and it's going to be harder.
Right. So please believe it's more than just that little 10-minute sensation.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
It's more than that. You got to really think about yourself. You got to think about it. If it's someone you really care about and someone you can see spending your life with, think about them.
Sit down and talk about it together.
Think about them too. It's not just about you. It's just not about just that moment.
Yeah.
And think about God.
Yeah.
Think about God. Put God in your relationship. Put God in it.
Pray about this person. Ask him, is this the person for you?
Right.
Stop wasting time.
Right.
Don't waste any more of your time. Don't waste another few years if this is not even the person that God has for you.
And if you know that desire, you get together and that desire is so strong, don't be by yourselves. Do things with other people. Go to church.
Yeah.
Do things and
pray together.
Do things that
Read
you're
the
not
word.
right. Do things that are not going to have you two alone together, because that's only going to increase or intensify that sexual desire. Because two people that have a relationship like that, you're going to have that desire.
Yeah.
So don't put yourself in situations that will increase and intensify that desire.
That's right.
As a Christian relationship couple that's courting, you need to do double dates, or don't do anything that's going to leave you.
Netflix
open
and chill.
What? Netflix and chilling is supposed to be for husband and wife, as far as I'm concerned.
Chill. Okay.
Netflix and chilling is for your husband and wife.
That's it.
People done took it and ran with it, but that's not for the unmarried.
Don't go out there just be throwing your stuff out in the circle.
This twerking.
Man. Don't be doing it.
I'm just trying to let y'all know. Please think about it. It's not even worth it. It really isn't. At the end of the day, it's not worth it.
Marriage is a beautiful thing.
It is.
Holiness is still right.
Sit down somewhere.
Marriage is a beautiful thing. Sex in marriage is a beautiful thing. Holiness is still right.
Sex and marriage is a great thing, let me tell you. Hallelujah! Woo.
Woo. Wow.
And so that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm saying is, don't ruin something that could be so beautiful for you later in your future, just for a 5-minute thing.
Yes.
For 5 minutes of fun.
I know we're talking to the fellas too. Love yourself, men, because you gotta love yourself too. Girl, love yourself, because that's what it boils down to. Know that your body is precious.
Your body is
a temple.
It is.
Protect your temple. Know that your temple, don't just let anybody up in your temple and violate your temple. Know that if the spirit lives in you, then it's also violating God.
Right.
Whenever you do those things before marriage.
And if they can't wait for you, that's not for you. Man or female, don't matter. If they can't
respect how you feel.
If they can't wait and respect the fact that you want to wait, deuces.
Don't let nobody bully you. Don't let nobody pressure you into doing something you're not ready to do and you don't want to do.
They may tease you. They may say, "Oh man, you a punk."
So
you'll be your wife will appreciate what you have done for her.
Let them say them things about you and watch God bless you.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
And this is all I gotta say for today.
That's all I gotta say for today.
So this is Brittany Ari.
This is Jessica Rochelle. I hope we helped y'all today.
We love you. Save with no filter.
Save with no filter. Y'all be blessed.
Be blessed.
Love y'all.
Show can't make me cry when they ask me what's wrong. This is my reply. You know I'm saved with no filter. Listen, I am saved.